don't take my man. Jolene, 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 please don't take him just because you can. If I should stay, thank you, I would only be in your way. So I'll go, but I know I'll think of you each step of the way. And I will always love you. I will always love you. Well, I tumble out of bed and I stumble to the kitchen, pour myself a cup of ambition and yawn and stretch and try to come to life. And I jump in the shower and the blood starts pumping. Out on the street the traffic starts jumping with folks like me on the job from 9 to 5. Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living. Barely getting by. It's all taking and no giving.
Islands in the stream, that is what we are. No one in between. How can we be wrong? Sail away with me to another world, and we rely on each other. From one lover to another.
I can't live without you if the love is gone. Everything is nothing if you got no one, and you just walk in the night, just slowly losing sight of the real thing.
Somebody big just died. Country music legend and global icon Dolly Parton is dead at 80 years old. And my friend Mike North is here to help eulogize her. Mike, this is probably the biggest one we've done so far.
Yeah, I mean, we've been doing this for 3 years, going on 4 pretty soon, Joe. And I'll tell you what, I was trying to go over everybody, and there's been a ton of people that we've lost. We lost Burt Reynolds. We lost Hulk Hogan. We've had Robert Blake. We've just lost Lindsey Graham. You know, we lost major people here, okay? And that's what this show's about. But when it comes to the top hitter, the power hitter, okay, of entertainment, having been fortunate enough, and I say that with all sincerity, to see her first show in 1967 on WFLD Channel 32. Now,
Nice.
how do I remember that? Because there was 4 channels back in the day, maybe 5. WFLD was our 5th channel. We had 2, 5, 7, 9, 11, which was much more local than it is now. It wasn't huge PBS at the time. And then Channel 32. And Saturday, traditionally, 5 to 7, 5 to 8. Saturday TV, Saturday night TV, most of your major shows were on during the week. But there was a show at 5:30 on Channel 32 called The Porter Wagner Show. Okay? And at 6 o'clock then, after that would be over, or at 6:30, we turn on the Barn Dance, which was on Channel 9 at the time. It was like back in the day, Hillbilly Heaven, they called it. You know, I mean, that was, here in Chicago it was on. Here in Chicago it was on. So we'll talk more about Dolly and everybody else, but we don't have this show without Cumberland Chapels. I know I saw the wonderful funeral procession already. The body, bringing back the body to Gatlinburg, just outside Gatlinburg, Tennessee, for Dolly Parton, big police escort and everything. Well, they go through it here, folks, serving families with dignity, with kindness. If it's your first time or your last time, these are some new, absolutely testimonials to people at Cumberland Chapels. Wonderful place. You have enough chapels. You have a vestibule. When they built it in Norwich, they basically knocked down 5 homes. It's at 8300 West Lawrence Avenue, Norwich, Illinois, 708-456-8300, CumberlandChapels.com. And then, you know what? I was by there not too long ago, about a couple weeks ago. We're going to probably be going there probably this Friday, Pennyville Station, folks. And boy, is it good to see this wonderful commercial. Great food, great stuff. Pennyville Station. Singles, mingles, couples, married couples, going in by yourself, your outdoor garden. There I am with Jesse Rogers and the proprietor Tony Antonacci, his dad Tino there on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Friday. 112 Main Street, Park Ridge, Illinois, right across from the railroad station in Park Ridge. 2 to 5. Are you kidding me? That's called happy hour. It's a 3-hour deal. Blue Point Oysters. Yeah, 3-hour tour, boy. You'll think you were at Gilligan's Island. Served with cocktail sauce and raw horseradish, truffle fries, kapow! Cauliflower, the veggie stickers, filet sliders, and Yingling. Great beer and stuff like that. So we thank them as always. Both our great sponsors, been with us for a long, long time, and
yes,
we appreciate it very much. Let me just go over the vitals of this wonderful woman, and then we'll talk about everybody else's shortcomings, because that's what everybody else was feeling. Not only do you watch Dolly Parton to see how wonderful she was, but how many shortcomings you have as a human being when you see somebody like this, okay?
And Mike, what a heavy hitter. We got so much content in this show today.
Well, I know you're very happy about that, and I know you didn't want me to forget that. You brought that up. We got movies to come up with. We got conversations. We got all sorts of stuff. Real quick, August 25th, dies at age 80 in Nashville. Was born January 19th, 1946. I always get a kick out of the white privilege stuff that you'll hear people bring up every so often. She was born in a log cabin. And there were 11 kids, 13 people. They had a couple rooms. That's Carl, who went to one event with her and said, don't ever bring me there again. Mother and father, what a wonderful family. What a great family. And there she is. What a cutie she was. A sparkling angel, as Christina Aguilera called her. 20 years old, she decides, hey, guess what? I don't want to do this anymore. She goes to Nashville. She gets discovered by a guy named Porter Wagoner. And that's the show that I saw for 9 years. Well, I didn't watch it every week. There she is from 9 to 5 with Jane Fonda, Lily Tomlin, Rhinestone, which did not make it, but it was a good idea at the time with Sylvester Stallone, Steel Magnolias. Dolly Parton is unbelievable. In fact, I'll go as far to say, since I've been doing this and since I've been watching, I was a dropout, high school dropout, so I was educated from TV and from radio. That's my education mostly. Thank God the nuns taught me how to read. Okay? Thank God. And, my math was sketchy. I knew how to do the commas later on in life.
A cause near and dear to Dolly's heart, reading.
Right. And that's one of the things. My wife, Bibi, also huge library fan, okay? And, we didn't even know about this Imagination Library, which Dolly Parton has contributed 250 million to 300 million books to kids.
My daughter is subscribed, Mike.
Well, we already did. Yeah, we sent, and you could send donations, and she wants donations sent, and you could look it up, folks, to the Imagination Library.
Yeah, what I was saying, Mike, is we've been subscribed since my daughter was my.
Oh, I'm sorry, Joe, I didn't hear that.
We've been getting the books since.
So they show up, man, right?
Every month in the mailbox, Mike, without fail.
That's what's wonderful about this woman,
it's amazing.
Well, yeah, because you know what, her music. See, you hear from guys like Mick Jagger, gave her a testimonial. Paul McCartney. Burton Companies, all these people that are in the business, but a lot of them, I think, respected her, not only for her wonderful voice, don't get me wrong, she could belt out a tune, baby, believe me. She never missed a tune. Her songwriting ability. Now, I believe we have a cut, if I'm not mistaken, from Johnny Carson's show, and it's poignant. I think this is the cut that she sings. Now, before she comes out, Johnny Carson had kidded her way before about once you make it big, you'll never come back. Well, he didn't know Dolly Parton. So she pens this fantastic song. I mean, it's no joke. It's like 3-4 verses. I want you to take a listen to a very talented, probably top 5 talented person I've ever seen. Go ahead.
And all you guitar players, look at the size of the nails she has on her hands as she plays. Watch this.
There you go, with no pick, huh? Did she have a pick?
That's it.
Yeah.
Here we go.
But it's all in the words, and it's, I think it is. Now, it's not supposed to be too serious, though. I have come a long way from the hills of Tennessee, and I've worked hard to make the folks back home real proud of me. Now everybody knows my name, no matter where I go, but I never really made it till the Johnny Carson show. Dreamed of stardom since I was just a kid. $1 million dream beneath this $13 wig. In my bell-bottom jumpsuits with my rhinestones all aglow, I became an overnight success from the Johnny Carson show.
Hello there.
Let me help you.
Okay. Want to help me with my double-breasted suit?
Yeah. I swear I wasn't even thinking that, and the whole audience is like, ee!
Well, that's all right. I have fun with them, too.
I'm shocked.
Why not? Well, I am so excited.
If you're happy, I'm happy.
Well, I'm happy. I'm happy.
You know, you do. You look fantastic.
It's always good to hear from a woman my age.
Well, do you have a secret? I mean, some women claim to have a secret.
Good doctors. And good makeup.
Good makeup.
No, actually, I just try to take care of myself. I see something sagging, dragging, and bagging, I go get it fixed. I think you should if you got the nerve. If you
That's
got
great.
The guts.
There are a lot of people who are afraid to admit that they've had anything done.
Oh, I'll tell everything.
Yeah.
I have no secrets.
I've had tons of work done myself.
Have you? Well,
yeah.
Well, it worked. You look good.
Look at that. It's not real. Now,
But thank you for the compliment.
Oh yeah. Well, this is also a really nice outfit. You have like a very distinctive fashion sense, like of your own
You
style.
think I call it Pika Boutique? It's a combination of Trailer Park and Park Avenue.
She got it. That's
does.
the whole thing about her. She got it. That Johnny Carson show song. And if you get a chance, go to YouTube and check it out. The whole thing is fantastic. She just made it up in 5 minutes. And Johnny Carson's a cold guy. He was a cold guy, sort of. Straight. He gets red. He tears up a little bit. And she told him before that interview, I never called to Tonight Show. She did joke with him that said she's here as much as he is. And she said, but I call it the Johnny Carson show. And that was fantastic. Now, in 1967, now when I was talking about Elvis, I've seen every act, either on TV or in person, from 1964 on. We're going to be doing Shelley Fabares, that comes out tomorrow. Johnny Angel was $1 million hit. It was gold. And I said, man, it don't get much bigger than Shelley Fabares. And then all of a sudden, Dolly Parton died, and Shelley gets pushed back to the back. But that's okay, because tomorrow we're going to be doing Shelley Fabares, who was my first crush, okay? And when I was a kid. They knew how to bring the boys in 13 and 14 and 15 years old, believe me.
I could see why, Mike, after looking at some of the
Oh, yeah. And I got to interview her eventually. But it's about Dolly tonight. And Dolly, I was curious. She was 5 feet, 100 pounds. 5 feet, 100 pounds. And I got to believe 60 pounds of that was from the waist up, because her legs were very skinny.
Yeah.
And her upper body from her waist to her breasts, I'm sorry. They're the biggest part of her body. But she was a little thing. And, she'd wear those rhinestones, and she'd wear all this heavy stuff. Now, some things that they didn't tell you on the TV. This is one of the first times I've ever had to prepare for a show. And I didn't really have to do a lot of preparing, because usually somebody big just died, they're covered for about 5 minutes on the news. Joe, this is why we started it. and they don't go into detail enough. Well, guess what? I didn't have to even look at Wikipedia for a whole lot of the information, but they did leave out a lot of stuff, a lot of great things that she did. She did 49 albums. I didn't know that. That's a ton of albums, folks. She wrote, and I didn't hear this any, 3,000 songs. Not 300.
Jesus.
Not 30,000. She wrote 3,000 songs, folks, which is unbelievable.
And two
Now,
of her biggest songs ever, Mike, she wrote on the same day.
yeah,
She wrote
Jolene.
And I Will Always Love You.
That's right. Which, when Elvis Presley told her, excuse me, I want to do I'll Always Love You, she goes, oh my God. Oh my God. I can't believe it. She's telling all her friends. Okay. His sleazebag manager, and he is, if you saw the movie Elvis, folks.
Oh, yeah. The Snowman.
The Snowman, Colonel Parker, calls her the day before, and they're all there. And they're ready to go. Now Elvis came from Memphis, came to Nashville, they're ready to go. And he goes, well, we got to get half the publishing rights to this song. And she said no. And people think it took nerve, but let me tell you, it didn't. Because she already made it a hit herself. But the fact that Elvis Presley wanted to do it, all right,
Yep.
was enough for her. And she stuck to her guns. She never sold her publishing rights like other people have. And she held on to it. And then one night, she's driving, and she hears Whitney Houston singing the song. And people tried to start trouble. And this is the beauty of this woman, because the entertainment business, local, national, radio, TV, movies, it's a rotten business. And for this woman to go through it unscathed, and they tried to start trouble with her and Elvis. Well, it wasn't Elvis's fault. It was the Colonel's. Elvis loved the song. We talked about it. And then Whitney Houston. Oh, no, I'm not mad. Whitney made it sound great. Plus, she then gets the royalties.
That's right. She gets her money at the end of the day.
Of 10 million, at least so far, of I'll Always Love You. With the 10 million at the beginning of the royalties, she went and invested in an office complex in the black part of Nashville. Because of Whitney Houston. Now, who does that? What entertainer does that, folks? She said they were Whitney's people, but they're my people too. And I heard a black gentleman say today, she's one of the top 3 white people that black people respect. And I didn't know the full connection. Okay? But the reading, the library, the donations, the building in the black areas. She'll be missed by everybody. She got it. And here's what she really did. And over the last 20 years, for sure, ever since I stopped the drinking and the running around, having fun, I tried to make myself a better human being. We all do as we get older. Joe tries to make himself a better human being. Everybody does. But I'm going to be honest with everybody. As I've been watching Dolly Parton for the last 2 days, 3 days, everybody's got a long way to go to ever even come close to matching her. And that, you'll never see a 77-year-old woman look like that again in a cheerleading outfit.
No, you won't.
Christina Aguilera said when she made an appearance, I think on The Voice, in a white sequin, she looked like a sparkling angel.
I mean, Mike, this is a woman that got inducted like 4 years ago into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, declined it, but they insisted on putting her in. She didn't feel like she was worthy. So what does she do? She records a rock album. so that she could live up to the title, and she calls it rock star.
Well, I'll tell you why I respect her even more. Because, like, I like Connie Francis, for instance, who passed away. We did her on somebody that just died.
Yep.
She's not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She should be in. So they let people in sometimes that don't belong. Well, they let Dolly in. And when I first heard Dolly got in, I go, Dolly Parton would be the first to tell you. I'm not worthy. Now, there's been other people, soul groups, rhythm and blues, the Temptations. I don't consider rock and roll. I consider them rhythm and blues or soul. But they've expanded the thing. What I got is problems with people that aren't in that should be in. Sort of like America. The group America's not in. Chicago just got in after 40 years. They should have been in a long time ago. Okay? There's a lot of groups. The Monkees aren't in. I mean, there's a ton of groups that aren't in. So when I heard that she got this, I said to myself, oh, well. But then what does she do? What I probably should have figured she'd do. I don't deserve to be in it. The only one that I've ever heard out of all of them, and there's like 20 of them that don't belong in there. There's rappers in there. I don't care. They're not rock and roll guys. It's not like it was built.
Exactly.
You know, you're not going to, but then I hear today she's going to be added to the Rhythm and Blues Rock Hall of Fame because they said, and I agree with this, Jolene was a crossover hit. Okay? There's no doubt about it. 9 to 5 was a crossover hit. In fact, let's take a look at the movies, Joe. And Joe's very impressed with me because I'm remembering all our cues tonight. Go ahead, Joey.
Get your scummy hands off of me. Look, I've been straight with you from the first day I got here, and I put up with all your pinching and staring and chasing me around the desk because I need this job, but this is the last straw.
All right, now wait, let's just sit down and...
Look, I got a gun out there in my purse, and up to now I've been forgiving and forgetting because of the way I was brought up, but I'll tell you one thing. If you ever say another word about me or make another indecent proposal, I'm going to get that gun of mine, and I'm going to change you from a rooster to a hen with one shot. Don't think I can't do it.
But I will always love you. I will always love you.
I know you're going to get your dream. And I know you're going to do a real good job in the legislature. But if you was to marry me...
Wait a second. I love you. I don't give a damn what people say.
Everything's gonna be alright. Okay. Everything's gonna be alright. Without me there. Okay. Everything's gonna be alright. Tell them. Everything's gonna be alright. Tell me. Everything's gonna be alright. Without me there. Wow. Tell me, baby. Everything's gonna be alright. Without me there. Sugar. I love you.
Jones? Are you an L? Oh, you sweet thing. Come on. Excuse me.
Pick up my green dress at the cleaners!
Am I interrupting something?
No, I'm just screaming at my husband. I can do that anytime.
The best, man.
Yeah, she did it all. I heard somebody say she's the queen of country music because Loretta Lynn's always worn that. And before Loretta Lynn, it was Patsy Cline. Okay, so you had Patsy Cline, Loretta Lynn, Patsy Cline got killed in a plane crash, then Loretta Lynn, and then you have her. She's officially now the queen of country music. I've seen all the top entertainers from 63 on. Like when somebody says to me, why isn't LeBron better than Jordan? Because I've seen both. See, when you're a boomer, when you're 73 years old, which is only 7 years away from Dolly passing away, so I know, when you get older, you don't go, God, you don't go 30 more years. No, that don't happen. You go, ooh, getting a little short. But that's just the way that it was. The whole thing was just wonderful. The Dolly Parton situation today has woken me up to how short we are, Joe. How do you feel after watching Dolly Parton? Aren't there things you can do better with yourself?
I mean, the amount of things she was able to do in 80 years feels like she got cut short, and she did so much.
Well, she had cancer, but she wouldn't let on. And she did some spots and she did some shows and stuff, I guess. She had a residency at Caesar's Palace, but that didn't last long. Her husband, Carl Dean, she met the first day. She went to a laundromat. It's the thing you got to love about Dolly Parton. Look, I knew we had a couple shows to do tonight. We're going to be doing the Shelley Fabre show after this, and that will be showing the... And I'm going, oh, man, we got to do an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. Who knows? Because this is a big day, especially with Dolly Parton. This woman's like 80, and she's running around doing everything. Never got tired.
She just opened a truck stop, and
I love that. I love it. She did. Somebody said, I got a truck stop. I could use somebody. She wasn't in competition with anybody. I think the thing that impressed me about Dolly Parton too is that she had a great crew around her, great people around her, giving her advice. Whoever she was listening to, and I know she bounced things off people, although I think she ran her own ship. Don't get me wrong. She wrote her own music. She did her own designing of her dresses. She's one of a kind, man. But like I was saying earlier, of all the people I've seen in my lifetime, and I was talking about Jordan and LeBron, I got off the beaten path there like I so often do for a minute. I've seen them all. I don't think after Elvis, when he died, there was coverage all over the place. I mean, it went on for you can only imagine a week because there was no Twitter or anything. It was all magazine stuff. Every magazine, every newspaper. Elvis was like boom, 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 I think she is almost equal with her coverage to what he was. I think she's that close. And I think the top 5 performers all time, if you want to talk voice, music, writing, you got Elvis didn't write, but he was the king. That's it. And, he did write a few songs. But then you have Dolly Parton, Michael Jackson, the Beatles. Yep. And here's the thing, Mick Jagger and the Stones, they gave her huge testimonials. So I thought that was pretty cool, too. Now, she's also got a ton of records they set on the shelf. And she's also going to have a time capsule record in February of 2046. I got to shoot for that now. It's 20 years from now. I'll be 93.
On her 100th birthday.
Yeah, and I'll be 93. And Joe, I'll be leaving Joe the graduation of Joe's kids from college. And then we'll find out. Hopefully, we'll both still be here. But you see how fast it. No scandals. Usually on this show, we talk about whether it was Robert Blake, Burt Reynolds, Hulk Hogan, most of them, and we have had scandals. Everybody. Almost everybody's had something. The only thing that people I can see have somebody brought up that she was for the vaccine. She might have saved lives. I don't know anything about the vaccine. I know that there's anti-vax people and vax people, but nobody knew what the hell was going on. And she was trying to do a good thing by cutting it. Now, to give you an example, in 1959, 58, 59, polio vaccine came out. Guess who was the first person to take the polio vaccine, to get everybody else to take it? Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley took it. And that's what she tried to do. So she's She's clean in my book. And in this business, where if you've watched her in interviews, they're trying to trap her. They ask her about Trump. They ask her about Trump. They ask her about her marriage. And they can't. She goes, if you are going to ask me anything more serious than what you did, forget about the interview. Because I'm here to entertain. And the same thing Elvis said. I'm here to entertain. I'm not here to talk politics. And that's why.
I respect it. I do.
Oh, that's why she's beloved. She's absolutely beloved. Now, I don't know what other.
Home Tennessee.
Huh?
I said, especially in Tennessee.
Oh, my God.
He's a saint.
They were talking, I know everybody's a little excited, 9 to 5, they're talking about September 25th being a federal holiday.
And another thing they're talking to, Mike, is changing the Nashville airport to be Dolly Parton.
Wow, that's an automatic.
They should do that. They should have.
I think the name of it is the B&L Airport or something. There's some nonsense.
Whatever it is, it's terrible. Yeah.
Just make it Dolly Parton Airport, and it's an automatic. And I can't believe the people, the luminaries, the politicians, the people. She's got her flag, the flag at half-mast for an entertainer.
Yep.
Think about that.
For a week.
For a week. And people love her. And you know what? I loved her too. I saw her on the Porter Wagner show in 1967. That's the beauty of being around so long. And she was like she was stocky. She wasn't, thin, like sort of stocky, short. Porter Wagner discovered her. And she wrote, I Will Always Love You for him because he was a bitter son of a gun when she wanted to leave him. She worked with him for 8-9 years, and I guess she made about $60,000 a year, which was good at the time, but she never got a raise. And she wanted to go out on her own, and it's always hard to do that and break away from somebody that discovered you. But she did, and how did she do it? She wrote a song. That's what she did, Joe, with the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. She got together with Paul McCartney, with Billy Joel. I saw Snoop Dogg.
Huge names.
Big names, everybody, and she did a rock album, and then she killed. Who?
Stevie Nicks, one of them.
Oh yeah, everybody, and she then she sang "We Are the Champions" with the Dallas Cowboy outfit on, which culminated in that record. So, wonderful person. Definitely will not be. There'll never be another one like her ever. There's not going to be no Dolly Partons. Nobody that nice. I've learned from watching her the last 3 weeks. I'm going to try to do better. But let me tell you this. You're born with that. My wife's the same way, folks, and I'm not just saying this. My wife, Bibi, doesn't have a mean bone in her body, kind to everybody. And you know what? There's just these people that have these genes in them that can just make the best of every situation, and that's what Dolly Parton did. And what a great entertainer! And we want to think. And any last thoughts, Joe?
Well, then
do we have anything else to play?
Yeah, yes. And then she loves her hometown so much that she
let's do it. Let's do the interview.
Theater shows. She Pigeon Forge. There's multiple Dolly Parton experiences.
How about the amusement park? And somebody says, "Well, you opened up an amusement park." She goes, "Well, it's a theme park with some amusements." But they told her not to open it. It's like up in the hills, like the Smoky Mountains, and it's 5 miles from Gatlinburg, and the place is packed.
And it's one of the highest rated theme parks. But I got a commercial from the late 80s, early 90s. So let's take a look.
Go to work, big boy.
Your trip to the Smokies really isn't complete unless you visit Dollywood and share a family treat. It's a magic place, good times for everyone. So come on out, enjoy a day of Smoky Mountain fun. See your favorite music stars, meet my family, and discover traditions that used to be. Get away to Dollywood, it's home's fun. In the heart of the Smokies, 5 miles north of Gatlinburg.
In the heart of the Smokies. Yeah. Location. Go up the hill. There's an amusement park waiting for you. And they told her, no. And she did it, and now it's like huge. And it's so big I might want to go. I'm just telling you, man. I mean, might be a fun trip. There's a cute thing online if you see it. She's riding in the parade, and she's waving at people, and there's a kid waving like pom-poms at her from the side, and Dolly Parton sees him, and she points at him, and this kid loses his mind. That's what she was aware of the little guy, aware of where she came from. It was a shocking loss. What I thought went way too soon. There she is with the Yankees. You know, and everybody loved her. That's all I'm going to tell you. And we loved her tonight. It's probably the biggest person we've ever had on our show who was passed on. And we've had some big ones, but this one hurt. I'm not going to lie to you. As you get older, you get a more sensitive. At least 3 times yesterday I was watching coverage. I teared up a little bit. Okay?
Yeah,
it
definitely hurts, Mike.
Yeah.
I'll tell you a little story because as you know, I had a son born about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, congrats once again.
Yeah, thank you. But every time we're in the hospital after the son's born, you get paperwork if you want to sign up for the Imagination Library. So, we're already signed up, so we don't have to do that. But every time I go up and down the elevator to go get something out of the food court or whatever, when I come back up, the elevator opens to the floor where the babies are, and there's a life-size stand-up of Dolly Parton.
Nice. Nice.
So she greeted me every day coming back up the elevator, and then 3 weeks later, she's dead. It's just wild.
Well, she'll always be the number one respected entertainer in this country. See, because everybody else had flaws. I'll give you Michael Jackson, great entertainer, had flaws. Elvis, great entertainer. We know what happened to him. Whitney Houston. You name every major singer, okay? A lot. Billy Joel slipped into abyss for a while. Tom Petty. A lot of these guys, actors. She had none of that. And she didn't have kids either. Carl Dean said, "Don't ever take me to another event again." He ripped off his tuxedo, and she never did. She respected that, and I respect her for it.
And you said one thing earlier, Mike. You said she had a really good circle of people around here.
Yes.
We talk about in this day and age how her death did not leak from anybody except her team.
There you go.
Just think about that. There's hospital workers. There's a billion people that could have reported her death.
Yep.
Nothing.
Clean.
Directly
No
from her
mark.
family.
Yep. Left it to the family. They had respect for her, and we have ultimate respect for her. It was a big loss for our country, a big loss for the world. On behalf of Cumberland Chapels, on behalf of Pennyville Station, on behalf of a guy who did a great job tonight, been working hard, Joe Mandel, no, not just tonight, and of course my wife Bebe and myself, we all loved Dolly Parton, and we appreciate her. God bless her, and we'll always have her music in her movies and a lot of her remembrances. So long.